Oh,
I
I'm starting.
You said let
Hello.
hi.
Hi, Black Witch Chronicles. What's up?
Wait, has it started? Oh shit.
We're on, people. We're live.
We are live and direct.
I
Live,
believe.
yeah, live and direct from my flower.
Yep, live and direct from our corners of the globe.
Yes.
There's
Well,
our
Mercury retrograde does its thing, so Lakeisha is just a voice emanating from plant spirit medicine
yes.
of that flower there. I can't tell you. What is that? It's not a magnolia, is it?
It is a
No.
magnolia.
It is? Okay, well, cool, man. You got the magnolia flower. That's all good.
Right.
No, we could just send that out to the wild magnolias.
Right.
$50 passed on to the ancestors this past week.
Really?
Yes, indeed, they are going to have quite the second line raise up this
Yes.
weekend.
Yes.
Wow.
They big cheap $4.
Yes. Yes. I saw Queen Sharice's page about it.
Yes, he has moved on to the ancestors, and that's a huge power move, And I have to say, in honor of the ancestor, it's amazing because it's like, we lost our big chief Tootie Montana 10 years ago in 2005, and now it's, this 10-year cycle we see in Bodalis go. So
Ashe.
the ancestors and all of those who live on,
Hmm.
and our big chief, he's got a golden crown now. The
Got a
big chief's
golden
got a
crown.
he up there pretty as could be. And I know he was greeted by Tootie and all the other chiefs.
Yes. Yes. Ashe.
Yeah. Hashay. So letting it go.
Hmm.
I'm sitting here right now, uh, after working. This is Dr. G Love, by the way. Peace and love. Dr. G Love. We got Zoe Flowers over there. Say what's up.
What's up from Brooklyn?
All right. All right.
And our
Lakeisha Harris.
And Lakeisha
Lakeisha Harris
Harris.
in Chicago.
Yes.
all
How
right.
y'all doing?
Great. Great. Just enjoying the rest of this little snowstorm that cropped up and just get ready for our conversation tonight. I'm ready.
Let's
Ashe.
get into it. Let's get into it. Throw it away.
I'm into it. I'm actually here in New Orleans. I'm at the completion of a big healing cycle that I've been doing, and I have a lot to release. And I found I was very tired and drained today after a big, strong push of work in the community and just healing with individuals, as well as healing myself always. And there have been births and pregnancies and deaths and every kind of thing that life can bring, and depressions, and people have come together, people have broken up, and all of that is a blessing to be trusted as a healer, to be able to walk with my community so sweetly through this, and sometimes, fiercely through it. And then there's me taking my morning walk out and draining this energy as I, hug the large live oak tree, and try to pull that energy out of my body, or lay on the ground, or cover myself in Florida water, or take a bath with. I've been taking sweet orange and patchouli baths, um, because my heart is in the work so much, and I love the people so much, and I love our work as conscious evolutionaries so much. Um, I have to always try and find how to not carry it. I tell myself that I've cleared myself doing all the things that I just talked about, but this heart will still carry it because I'm human. It'll come get me in my sleep or in my dream time, or it'll just attach itself to me in a way that I don't realize it's attached to me, but I'll suddenly be emotional, and it'll be hidden. It'll find a way to come out. It'll find a way to come out. So I'm real excited to hear from you, Zoe, about what you're feeling, because I know you are feeling a lot to share with us.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been getting a lot of messages lately about the need for light workers and activists and healers to just, let this stuff go. As I was walking, I went outside this morning in the blizzard or flizzard, as we're calling it here in New York, because it was kind of a floppy blizzard. But and I just thought, that it was just a cleansing. I just wanted to let the air, the snow, Mother Nature just cleanse me, and for me to just be like water. And even last night too, I was thinking about, just letting things go through me instead of holding it in my body. And I feel like so many healers, we just hold on to this stuff and we carry it and we allow it to be our story. And so I really have been asking myself over the couple days, do healers and light workers, do they know how to be happy? Can they allow themselves to be happy? And, what is this over identification with suffering and oppression and labeling ourselves as people who suffer and people who are oppressed, when we are supposed to be the way showers, we're supposed to be the light. And so, yes, we are human and those things happen to us, but I feel like, at this time we have to learn to let these things go, you know. So I've been thinking a lot about that lately, and I've also been thinking about, what does it mean when your purpose in life is connected to other people's suffering, and your paycheck comes from somebody else's suffering, and your job title and your grants and all of these things are actually connected to people's suffering. What does that mean? And I don't have any answers for it, but I'm just, I don't know. I think I'm feeling a little tired of it. I'm feeling a little tired of tired healers. I feel like we need to be doing a little bit more. We need to be doing a little bit more baths, spiritual baths. We need to be doing a little bit more clean eating. We need to be doing a little bit more exercising. We need to take our own medicine, I think, is what's coming to me. We need to take our own medicine. We need to bathe in our own medicine because, again, we're supposed to be the carriers of this medicine, but we're just heavy, too heavy for the job that we've signed up to do.
So true. And also, acknowledging that the job we signed up to do is a very heavy job. To be a light worker, to be a healer is to be in the trenches, and holding lots and lots of space. And hearing you, Zoe, talking about the dense energy that we can sometimes carry around, because we are gathering energy, as healers, as health workers, as lovers, as just beings on this planet. We carry a lot of dense energy around, because we gather that energy from our loved ones. We have so many people that have went into transition. I mean, I'm just looking just around me in my immediate circle here in Chicago. A lot of people are dying off. And for us, there's aspects of who we are and who we once were, that need to die off. So I think maybe a detoxification process has got to take place. Um, and frequent detoxification process. We have to be mindful, like you said, of what we're taking into our bodies, our spirits, that those baths and what we eat and how we interact with the earth. G spoke about hugging the tree and giving that dense energy to the tree because the universe can hold that, whereas our bodies, our frail bodies, are not able to hold such energy for long periods of time. So detoxification process. Oh, I'll talk a little bit more about
Ashe.
because I got some amazing magical gifts these last 2 weeks, and
Mm.
the ancestors are really calling me to detox.
Yeah, and they've been really, really since the beginning of the new year. And I can't remember if I talked about this before, but maybe not with you two, maybe with other people. But the ancestors have really been talking to me about, and I even hesitate to even say it because I feel like it's so, I don't know, that it could be taken the wrong way. But whatever, it's their message, not mine. So, um, but just about the need to be honest and how many liars, like, and they were talking to me specifically with women and how we're just not being honest and how we are really out of order in the eating, in the exercising, in the relationships, in the finances, in the home, like that we are just not being honest.
Come on, Zoe. Come on.
And I've been really hesitating, as I said, so I guess I haven't been honest either because I have been hesitating about, who to really share that message to, but they really gave that message to me in December and they were just like, y'all are out of order. Like you're just out of order and you just need to, get in order. And it's a hard message to hear, but as I look around and I hear conversations, I'm like, yeah, y'all are kind of right. We are out of order, you know, in lots of different aspects, and yeah, that's, that's
There's a lot of truth that needs to be told. The thing about, heal or heal thyself, we're just going to go right back to that, okay? Heal or heal thyself, because we should never stray far from that. And at different times in a person's path, that means different things. So when I'm healing myself, I am having to not just follow my same role, because some people are like, look, I'm vegan, I do my green drink, I do my meditation. So that's their day-to-day. That's your regular maintenance. So if that's what your regular maintenance is, when it's time to reach out to a healing crisis, you may have to go next level. You may have to do something else. Now, somebody else doing a detox and changing their diet, maybe coming off sugar, which is I'd love to do a whole thing on sugar, actually. We should do a Black Witch Chronicles on sugar. Sugar really can control so much of our system. It can control the mind, just the whole plant spirit of sugar. It's arguable, one way to argue the slave trade is that sugar is actually what drove the slave trade. So the plant itself is very interesting. So a lot of us need to just cut down sugar. Just cut down sugar and watch your entire perspective change. Watch your depression. I'm very serious about this. Like, to go deep and to be a Black witch about it, to be an African descended witch in the Americas, go ahead and contemplate the situation with sugar and see, can you stop eating sugar? And for a lot of people, just to mention stop eating sugar for 2 weeks to send them into this. So that's a sign that it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Every solitary portion, from ADHD to depression to weight to allergies to depressed immune systems to skin conditions. Yeah, all this stuff. Chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, fibroids. We could go on and on. The role that sugar can play in a person's body to wreak havoc. So that's what I'll put out there right away. But, and that includes alcohol and all these other things, like sugar's just everywhere.
Yeah.
Realizing I drink these juices, all those little juices and stuff all have that sugar in it. So
Yeah.
really look where the sugar can be cut down.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw that out there. But
Yeah.
also, what is happening on the psychic level?
Yeah.
Trying to live respectability politics as healers. I
Mm.
don't want you to know about my own stuff. I don't want you to know that I'm deeply troubled. I don't want you to know that I came into the healing profession because I was assaulted and abused so many times in my life, and that
Come
I
on.
have a disturbance in my own cognitive abilities, and then I'm mentally and emotionally imbalanced. But I'm the professional. So I don't want you to know any of this stuff, that I can't maintain my intimate relationships right, and that I have all of these fears and panics that I'm still trying to negotiate, or that I
Yes.
haven't ever talked to my mother about the fact that I was abused as a child, and on and on. There's a lot of not telling the truth.
That's right.
Come on.
There's a lot of not telling the truth in this
Right.
community, and it
Right.
causes us to be defensive, and it causes us to actually not support one another, because we be telling it, imagining that the other people all put together like super professional, and it's just me. So all
Yes.
these little fake relationships get made between people, and we're not able to be there for each other as real community. We're not
Yeah.
Right.
able to be like, oh, I lost it. I have solidly lost it. 911, somebody come scoop me. No, because we've got too much shame.
Yep.
It's a lot.
And it's not
It's a
our
lot.
and it's not, it's not our shame. And you and I, G, we've talked about that. We talked about like me rolling around on the floor in my house years ago because the roof was dripping, and I was like, oh my God, if one more thing happens, in this house, I'm gonna go crazy. And I've had, healers tell me, oh, you don't want to tell your clients that this is going on with you, because then they're going to look at you different, and you always have to make sure that everything around you looks perfect, and this and that is just not the case. It's just not realistic.
It's
Like,
not realistic when
not
you're living.
realistic. We all have troubles. We come to this work because we have shit that we're trying to break down and break through. It's an unrealistic expectation.
Right. Just this week, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so just this week, I had a breakdown with Christopher, my son who's living with autism right now, because he was so tripping about getting his clothes on, and before I knew it, the bus was outside, and I'm totally freaking out to the point where I'm like, Christopher, get your clothes on! Like, seriously.
Mhm.
Hollering to the top of my lungs,
Mhm.
frustrated. You know,
Yep.
the reality of it is as Black women, as Black witches, we are navigating oppression
All
of,
the time.
I'm not only navigating oppression for my body, but for his body as well. I'm fighting a system of oppression. And that can really be heavy, dense energy to walk in a room full of white people who think they know what's best for you and your child. And at any given moment, that is what I'm navigating. So any little thing like the ceiling dripping for you, Zoe, for me, it's this boy standing in his boxer shorts when the bus arrives. That was just a tipping point, you know?
Mhm.
So the reality of it is no human is perfect. None of us are perfect. Our lives are a mess, out of order, okay? Out of this order, out of the order that we're navigating in. And that is indeed oppression.
Mhm.
Trying to fight and try to be in order with a society full of oppressors and oppression. And not trying to identify with that, like working very systematically to not I identify with my oppression.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just feel, yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's such a disservice for us and the people that we want to help if we continue to do that. Like, yes, we can fall down. Yes, we can have breakdowns. But yes, I may be navigating an oppressive system, but I am not oppressed. You know, even if that's just the affirmation that I have to tell myself every day.
Right.
Ashe. And this is where I like to do ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the systems are out here and we are navigating them. And the moon waxes and wanes, and that works in our favor. The waxing and waning moon provides us an opportunity to every single solitary 2 weeks check in.
Hmm.
Come on.
Checking new moon and checking in on the full moon happens, honey, like clockwork every 14 days. And 14 days is enough time to build up enough little issues and dramas and shames and pains and frustrations and I hate that damn heifer and I'm a killer soons and all the rest. You need to sit down and write it all down, fire, or do something to it because that's the real deal. 14 days really the body needs to go before all of a sudden it's like, you know what, it's time for my little spiritual bath. Let me get some flower petals and some sage and some salt in the bathtub and say my prayers and
Mm.
actually acknowledge the truth of what has built up in me. Like say it out loud, write it down. If I live in an apartment, you can get you one of those little, you can get you a little piece of pottery, something fireproof. You can burn a piece of
Yeah.
paper in your house in a
Yes.
cat. You don't have to be fancy.
I do it
You
all
can
the time.
you can do it. You can go and put stuff in water if you live near a body of water. All East Coast people, Chicago, New York, New Orleans, we all got bodies of water.
Yes.
So, choose to have a water burial, a fire burial, an earth burial. You can make these choices. With fire, it transmutes to air, so the air is involved as well. And 14 days is the most we need. And it's really nice if you can periodically or all the time do it in community because you need reflection. It's like, who is your trusted community member that you can say these things out loud to, like we do together here? Like, it is necessary to really be able to sit down and talk about the fact that anything's happening, whatever it may be. Disturbance at work, disturbance in the home, disturbance with family. In my case, I've just been navigating and navigating and navigating my childhood wounds. And as I continue to go deeper and deeper for years now into navigating my child abuse and recalling what was once hidden and what was once suppressed, every time I speak to someone about it, a friend, someone who I've known, a trusted friend, I feel better. And it's not like, oh, I just said this 10 times, so I shouldn't say it the 11th time. No, the 11th time, I actually feel way better than the 10th time because I keep learning something. And Zoe, when you mentioned a lie, I will tell you the thing I really learned, which is that my whole life on a certain level, we can interpret my whole life as a lie. Because by repressing and suppressing memories, and those were protection mechanisms that served me, I would not be Dr. G Love. I would not be this person that is, who I am and who I love and who I respect and who so many other people, gratefully, thank you, love and respect. If I didn't have the protection mechanism of suppression. And because I developed an entire pattern in my neurologic system designed to suppress the truth of what was happening to me in any given moment, that leaked over into other places of my life. So I've been living a lie. My whole life I've been living a lie. As a result of having that crucial life-saving protection mechanism, that protection mechanism has been all about denial, blinders. It's been about limiting my own view, my own life. And so now I have to really ask for help in seeing what I haven't been capable or able to see because of the protection mechanism. The
Mhm.
people around me can help me the most. So when it's time for ritual, when it's time to sit, I need my community. I need my sisters. I need the people. I need my brothers. I need whoever it is who can illuminate for me some of the blind spots that I have passed in all these years in my life. Because I need to fill in some blanks now so that I can live and be a much more authentic me. And I
Yeah.
know that I am not alone. I know that there are countless people in the same circumstance or a very similar circumstance that I am in. And
Gotcha.
living that authentic truth is what I want to really put out there. Ashe, the true
Mm.
self needs to come forward so we can be joyous.
So we can, and so I pulled Isis from my goddess deck, and this particular deck, it's an interesting it's an interesting image of Isis, but it is what it is. Um, but this deck actually talks about Isis and mothering, which is really interesting. So this makes me think about sort of our responsibility to mother ourselves and mother that child that we sometimes forget about is what I'm hearing. Is
Ashe.
to be that mother and to recognize the things that happen to us. These are the things of life. Things happen to all of us, and at least we're here. You know, things may be messed up, but at least we're here.
Yes. And I want to, Dr. G talked about rituals every 15 days or 14 days, going into ritual around releasing, letting go, acknowledging. I want to encourage the viewers to make that a nightly ritual. When you're coming home, make a ritual around bedtime, making your bed. I would encourage you to do like the old folks used to do and turn that mattress, okay, every so often. If you're doing it by the seasons, you may want to do it by the seasons. If you're having a hard time sleeping in that bed, maybe using some lavender, some holly for protection, and to get a restful night's sleep. This is why we have these beautiful, wonderful, magical herbs, so that they can be utilized as plant spirits to help us. So make a ritual around bedtime, cleansing, taking your baths nightly, releasing that dense energy, and setting yourself on a timer. You might want to remove all electronics out of your bedroom. Keep that in public spaces around the house, but not in your bedroom. Create a sacred space in your bedroom.
And I also want to add, one of the things I noticed about myself is I would wake up in the morning and I would meditate and I would feel great. And then I would go into the office and all of a sudden I would start to feel terrible and sad, depressed, all of that. And then I would leave work and I would feel good again. And I did this for, years, and different readers would tell me you're picking up energy, you're picking up other people's energy. But I was rebellious. I was like, whatever, whatever, whatever. And then one day it really struck me that, wow, I think I am picking up other people's energy. And so one of the things now, especially with me working in the domestic violence field, there's a lot of energy around me all the time.
Right.
And so one of the things I really had to start asking myself, even around my own family, was, Zoe, is this your energy or is this somebody else's?
Mm-hmm.
Just that simple question changed so many things, because that's when I realized some of this shit ain't even mine. I got enough, yes, but some of it was not even mine. And that was really liberating for me, just asking that question. Is this my stuff or is this an energy I'm picking up? Those baths are so important, like you said, the herbs, all that stuff.
That's brilliant right there. Is this mine?
Is it
This
mine?
is the detail-oriented tips that we all need to be sharing with each other. That is That is something, and all of us could, that is mindfulness. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I just fell down the rabbit hole. I'm feeling kind of way. Deep breath. First things first. Is this mine?
There you go. There you go. I just Zoe,
Yes.
Zoe, is this even yours? Maybe this is somebody's in the office. Oh,
Hmm.
wait a minute. So then I can actually feel good in this moment. I don't have to walk around feeling heavy and depressed because guess what? That doesn't belong to me. And again, a mentor told me that probably 20 something years ago, and it was like in one ear, out the other. I just didn't listen to it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Finding out if it's yours, um, deciding that you have a little ritual, something that you just say. I release you with light.
Mm,
Welcome here. I ask that all energies that are not mine please be released and transmuted with light into the universe, that I may have the power of my own head, my own ori, and be
yes.
present. Heck, you can figure out how to say that in 2 words, whatever it is, to bring you back to your ori, back to your main head. That's what we need to begin to do, because the distractions of the modern day world really are taking us out of our heads. It's taking us out of our
Boom.
ori. And
Yes.
so much we're medicating ourselves for, and I'm not saying medication is good or bad. There's no judgments. We can't be bothered today. It's saying a lot of when we're panic, those of us who are panicking are like, what should I do? Should I eradicate? Should I this? Should I that? A lot of that stuff we need to first filter and say, am I even in my right mind? Have I even invited my ori, my right mind,
Is
to
this
come to the table?
Is this my depression or is this my mother's depression? Is this my mother's problem with finances? Is this my father's issue with shame? Whose shit am I carrying?
Zoe, I'll tell you the truth. I have been carrying my father's shame my whole life. My entire life, I have been carrying shame of this whole of a man who was demasculated by Jim Crow in the he was born in the 1920s
Hmm.
in Alabama. And the bottom line is I did not acknowledge fully that I was carrying his shame until recently, like really acknowledge it. That so much of my life has been this shame I can't get my handle on. I can have platitudes about it. I can intellectualize about it. I can judge it. I can feel bad, like I can feel ashamed of myself for being ashamed. I can go all the way there,
That's
but I
yeah.
couldn't identify it.
Yep. Yeah, and I think again, if we're honest, we can look at I know I carry my mother's shame around things. I know that. I absolutely know the way I react to things. I'm like, wait a minute, is this you? Oh no, that's your mama. Okay, hello.
Hmm.
I know it. I know I carry her stuff. I know it.
Hmm. And I carry stuff for my siblings too.
Mhm.
Because as a child, I felt like I was my brother's protector.
Mhm.
So I want to, like, be responsible for what goes on in his head and what people do and say to him. I was like, put up your dukes type thing. I was one of those little scrappy sisters. I'll beat you up. You mess with my brother, and this, that, and the other thing. So when things went down that caused him to suffer, I I carried that suffering most of my
Mhm.
life.
Mhm.
I got any suffering. People cause my brother to suffer. I took it so personally because I thought I was the protector, that I also, as a grown woman, realized, oh, you still protect your brother. Why am I putting my energy in that direction? It's
Yep.
not really helping him. If it was helping him, then it would be cool. But it's really just depleting. It's causing depletion. And guess what? It was causing distance between me and my brother in real time.
Mm.
Actually having a harder time being present to my brother in any given moment because I was carrying stuff for him. It is complicated, and if
It
you can
is.
just look and see it in yourself, it's like, wow, I have a lot of energy units that I can reclaim now for my
Mm.
own head and for my own life. And in my case, I direct it all straight to joy. At this
Mhm.
point, any energy goes straight to joy.
Mhm.
Right.
Hmm.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Keisha.
Okay.
There.
I'm just like, I cannot. I've had to switch out and switch on. Woo! Mercury.
You're okay. We're okay.
Oh, yes.
Mercury is work. Mercury is the time to do the kind of work that we're talking about.
Yes, it is.
People really give Mercury retrograde a bad rap, and I would like to be the person who does. I don't give Mercury retrograde or Saturn's return a bad rap. Both of those are an opportunity to rise to challenges. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Saturn really is your challenger, so he's about rising to challenges. But Mercury, when Mercury goes into retrograde, you know what? The only reason why we're mad is because we all steady want to be running on a rat wheel.
Huh.
We're mad because the rat wheel don't run good no more. Oh, I got problems. Oh, my, it's messing with my money. It's messing with my train to get me to work on time. That's all just the rat wheel. But what it does do, and if I ran the world, if it was me as goddess, get to tell y'all what all to do. It's
Right.
like, well, guess what? 3 times a year, everybody gets off work. 3 times a year, everybody pursues self-care and passion. You make art, you make love, you look into yourself, you
Mm.
clear yourself, because that's what Mercury's good for. Mercury makes self-reflection, introspection, creativity more powerful. It
Mm.
doesn't just complete transportation and communication,
Right.
it increases the ability to go within, to cross the veils. That's what we're supposed to be doing this work.
Speaking of self-care and sexual healing work, I think that we need to mention that in um, the whole letting it go, our righteousness around sex, and that there's so much magic that can be had in healing and sex. We come to the table with so many notions and things that society has embedded in us around sex and sexual activity, till we're not free. We
Hmm.
carry around this dense energy around sex and sexual behaviors, and how we see our bodies as sexual beings. So I just feel like that whole politics of sex, that whole politics of like respect and respectability politics, where we don't talk publicly about sex and wanting to have sex, and the sex that we've had, that it was amazing, and the magic that comes from that, and healing that comes from that.
Ashe.
Yes to
I
every.
think we should have a Black Witch Chronicles episode on sex. That's a whole nother thing.
Yes, honey. Yes.
That needs to be. Oh, maybe for next month, for February.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
that needs to be on the books. A Black Witch Chronicle about everything sex, honey, from the rooter to the tutor.
Yes. Well, sex ritual. And that just makes me think about, the disservice that's been done to women and to witches in the past, and the sex magic and all of the things that they actually used to really partake in, and how those patriarchal systems really came and shut all that stuff down.
Right.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and
Ashe.
again, letting it go. You're absolutely right, Keisha. We're still carrying that too. We're still carrying that.
Still carrying around that weight of, and afraid to say, this is the kind of sex that I have, and it was so great and amazing and
Yeah.
magical. It freed me, because I've had a couple of sexual partners this last year freeing me up, honey. Do you hear me?
Yes, I do. I feel you.
Lucky y'all. Look, y'all are lucky.
What we can't tell you. Time for some sexual healing, baby. It's good for you. Yeah,
And it
yeah,
can
yeah.
be a detoxification, honey. Let me just tell you. That is a detoxification too. So, those placing hormones and pheromones together is a detoxification process that we need to acknowledge. We always talking about what we get from external source, and that external source, that sexual energy, that combining of like spirits into the act of sex, and whatever that is for you, is a detoxification and cleansing process.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but you know what? That orgasm doesn't need to be had with another human being. I want to be
I was
clear.
just about to say that, Dr. G.
Honey, I've had some great orgasms by myself. Like the phone sex has been great. That exchange of energy was good too.
Yeah, it's about the. I mean,
Myself and you, myself and I, masturbation sex. I'm
Hmm.
talking about deciding to do it, making love to a tree just by
Yes,
being under a tree and exchanging energy with it, or making love with a stone, using I got a rose quartz wand with a fluorite tip
yes,
that I
baby.
organic blood, and that
Yes,
rose quartz, that little wand is just designed to bring you to orgasm and also to let you have self-exploration, to really say, I'm going to go energetically, like using a crystal, using a mineral spirit ally
mm,
to
yes,
heal yourself,
yes,
heal myself with mineral spirit allies. I'm going to anoint myself with unguents and oils. I'm going to take a bath in a certain kind of way. I'm going to prepare for my own self as a lover
yes.
and arrange to have sacred sexual experience on my own.
Mm,
Because a lot of times we don't want the vulnerability or the energy of another person, because we're clearing the energies of other people.
that's true.
Sometimes it is about self. It's saying, I have this access to this amazing portal of creative energy, and I actually don't require that there be another person on board.
Well, honey, I
I
require it
I
sometimes.
go there.
mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm,
Mm-hmm. And not have guilt around that. Women and women, we can always, find something, or maybe it's society can always find something for us to feel guilty about. So,
right, 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 right. All of that, all of that. That's coming on the next Black Witch Chronicles.
yes,
Sex.
Coming on the next Black Witch Chronicles. I just went and got my wand so I can show it to you. Okay, here is.
no, she did not, Keisha.
She did.
No, I need to see her wand.
Yes, bring the wand.
Only on the Black Witch Chronicles. Wait a minute, let me put my
Fluoride. See, Tiffany Janae, I'm giving her an advertisement right now. This is Tiffany
that's
Janae from
right.
Organic Blood.
Yes.
It's very nice, and it's got this little twist. There's the fluoride tip. So this is a mineral relative. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Rose quartz can do both fluorite and rose quartz can bring you to another dimension, and just the sweetness and the healing that can come with the rose quartz is what we need. We're
Wow.
suffering. There's a lot of heart chakra care and love.
Yes.
Yeah.
That can be used.
Mm-hmm.
And then also using the yogi stone.
Yes.
So this egg, actually, you insert this vaginally. The egg can rest inside your vagina. I mean, people can get to the point where you can go to work wearing it. You can get a rose quartz one. You can get a quartz crystal. You can get all different kind. You decide what you're working with. Like, you work with crystals and stones in your practice on your altar. Well, imagine what happened if you can take a crystal and stone and place it inside your creative center.
Yes.
The change that I experienced it has a profound effect.
Yes, it does.
Use that magic to heal yourself, and not only to heal yourself, but to remember that's your creative center. You can make a miracle through your vagina.
Yes,
a
you
miracle.
can. Yes, you can.
Right.
I mean, have you an orgasm before you sit down to write your play or your novel or your proposal for your job. See what comes up then. Your stuff would be like, wow.
Or before you put your altar together, for people who want to put the spiritual tint on it.
Mm-hmm. 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 Ashe.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Okay, we ain't playing with you people.
We're not playing with
Oh
y'all.
no, it's
Come,
2016. We just getting into it now. It's what? Is it still it's still January?
yeah, it's still
Yeah.
January. We got more meat on the table, honey. We got more bread to lay it down and fry up.
Okay. Plenty
Yes.
gravy to up.
Yes. Yes. And biscuits too.
And biscuits too. It's gonna be and speaking of which, as we end, are you all excited about New York? Come on,
Black Witch
Fabiola.
Chronicles.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Do we want to do a little mini plug?
Yes, we want to do a little mini plug. We are going to have some awesomeness for you all come April. I just, my heart leaps out of my chest to even think about the fabulousness. So there will be Black Witch Chronicles. We don't know the location yet, but there is a whole video shoot going down about this. Did you all know that?
No. Oh,
Yes.
a little bit, a little teeny. Well, no, no.
Well, Fabiola has enlisted some great artists, honey, and this is turned from photo shoot to video/photo shoot of the Black Witch Chronicle.
Right.
I know there was a DJ because
Okay.
I knew there was a DJ, and so I knew that was happening, and I knew she was our wonderful photographer Fabiola will be doing our Black Witch Chronicles photo shoot, as Lakeisha was saying, and I knew there was a DJ involved too. That I did not know there was a video component, but we will be doing a live episode. Dr. G, Lakeisha, and myself will all be in the same place in New York City, and I think we'll be doing some readings and having more conversation like this.
Yes.
I don't even know what's going to happen by the time April rolls around, what we'll be talking about.
Yes. So keep your eyes and ears tuned, and we will give you the location and everything.
Right. We are inviting people to join us for the live Black Witch Chronicles, so we want to do it with audience, participants. So if you're going to be in New York, it's probably going to be that it's on that weekend of April 10th, 11th. So we're looking at probably April, somewhere in there. If you're going to be in there, holla.
Yes, please.
And bring your magic to the table. Get ready to go in for some or some divination. I know we're ready to do some divination. We're ready to answer some questions, like open the portal and not answer questions from our head, but from the universe, we will say.
Yeah.
So you ready to bring it? We rest.
We rest to bring it.
And it will be.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and it'll be the first time that Keisha and Dr. G and myself will actually be in the same space. So that is going to be phenomenal, too.
Definitely not the last time, babies. This is just kicking off.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't know there was a video.
All right, Black Witches. I love y'all. People out here in the universe, I love
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Love you both. Have a good night. Have fun tonight, G.
Good night.
Ashe, amen, aho, namaste, hotep.
Talk with you soon.